which symbol can be used to represent functional dependency? ሰላም ጤና ይስጥልኝ የተጎና ቲዩብ ቤተሰቦች በዛሬው ቪዲዮ ይዤላችሁ የቀረብኩት ዳታቤዝ ሌቭል 4 ቲዮሪ ወይም ኖሌጅ ኤግዛም ነው። ለዚህ አስተማሪና ቁም ነገር አዘል ቻናል አዲስ ከሆናችሁ ሰብስክራይብ ማድረግ እንዳትረሱ። በቀጥታ ወደ ዛሬው ቪዲዮ እንገባለን ማለት ነው። ይሄ ጥያቄ ትምህርቶች የወረደ ኤግዛም ነው። እሱን ያለ ማለት ነው። እዚህ ጋር የምታያቸው አንዳንድ መልሶች ትክክለኛ ያልሆኑ መልሶች ስላሉ እኔ በማረበው መሰረት ተከታተላላችሁ ማለት ነው። ወደ ጥያቄው ስንገባ you are the administrator of SQL Server 1002 computers that contain a database. User report that query to this database respond slowly. Use system monitor to examine the subsystem on your server and receive the result shown in the exhibit. You need to modify the server to accelerate query response time. What should you do? A. Add a faster network adapter. B. Increase the amount of RAM. C. Add additional processor. D. Upgrade to a faster disk subsystem ነው የሚለው። ስለዚህ መልሱ increase B. Increase the amount of RAM በመጨመር increase ማድረግ እንችላለን የሚለው። ቀጣይ ጥያቄ እንሄዳለን። If the maximum cardinality is equal to 1 in both direction of a relationship, then it is classified as A. Many to many. B. 1 to 1. C. 1 to many. D. Optional. እዚህ መልሳችን ቢ ይሆናል ማለት ነው። 1 to 1 ሪሌሽንሺፕ ይሆናል። የሚቀጥለው a look that allow concurrent transaction to access different rows of the same table is known as A. row level lock. B. database level lock. C. table level lock. D. field level lock. እናንተም ጥያቄውን እየሞከራችሁ መልሱ ዲ ፊልድ ሌቭል ሎክ ይባላል ማለት ነው። ቀጣይ ጥያቄ which of the field has width 8 bytes? A. number. B. database date and time. C. hyperlink. D. memo. መልሱ B. date and time ነው። The entity relationship ER model. A. entities are represented by circle. B. it is represent conceptual view. C. it is corresponds to rows. D. attributes are represented by rectangle. መልሱ ምንድነው? B. it is represent conceptual view. Which one true about the guideline to create a data model? A. identify the different data components, consider raw and processed data. B. identify the relationship between the similar data components. C. no, repeat the step to optimize the model. D. test the model with similar scenario. መልሱ ምንድነው? B ነው ማለት ነው። identify the relationship between the similar data component. create table manager create table manager id numeric name varchar 20 budget numeric details varchar 30. In order to ensure that the value of budget is non-negative, which is the following should be used: a alter in bracket budget less than 0, b check bracket budget less than 0, c check budget greater than 0, d alter budget greater than 0. The answer is c, check budget greater than 0. Effective teams operate in a manner that is supported by a decision making by leader, b decision making by consensus, c decision making by customer, d decision making by owner. Also a decision making by leader. Which of the following statement is true concerning routines and triggers? A both run automatically, b both consists of procedural code, c both have to be called to operate, d both are stored in the database. Also b both consist of procedural code. Which symbol can be used to represent functional dependency? A an arrow, b diamond, c rectangle, d ellipse. መልሱን እየሞከራችሁ a an arrow, ODBC stand for dash. A none of above, b open database connection, c offline database connection, d oriented database connection. መልሱ b open database connection. Microsoft Access is a ORDBMS, b network database model, c OODBMS, d RDBMS. database management system ነው፣ relational name ነው። the answer is RDBMS, relational database management system ማለት ነው። which transaction property ensures changes are still present following a crash or system failure? A durability, b atomicity, c consistency, d isolation. መልሱ a durability ማለት ነው። keeping the rules to maintain the standard and continue to improve every day in Kaizen is a strengthening, b sustaining, c sorting, d shining. Also d shining. Which type of file contains data and database objects such as tables and index? A data file, b binary file, c log file, D file group መልሱ A አንዳንዶቹ ጥያቄዎች ላይ ያሉት መልሶቹ ትክክል የሚሆናሉ ማይሆኑም አሉ በዚህኛው ቀይ በማድረግበት መሰረት ነው መልሱ የምታገኙት ወደሚቀጥለው ጥያቄ እንሄዳለን Two tables can be connected with the union operate if they are compatible with each other. This means A. Have the different number of columns but the same data type. B. Have the different number of columns and data type. C. Have the same number of columns and data type. D. Have the same number of columns but different data types. መልሱ ምንድነው? C. Have the same number of column and data type. A type of joins that can be returns only the rows from each table that has match values in the join column and any rows that do not have match between the tables will not appear in the result table. A. Full join. B. Cross join. C. Outer join. D. Inner join. And so D. Which of the following scalability feature in SQL Server Enterprise Edition? A. Binary and compressed XML transport. B. Publishing. C. Data mining queries. D. Partitioning. መልሱ B. Publishing. In dash of Oracle, the database administrator creates a user account in the database for each user who needs access. A. Operating system authentication. B. Internal authentication. C. External authentication. D. Database authentication. መልሱ D. Database authentication. A step-by-step sequence of activities or course of action with definite start and end points that must be followed in the same order to correctly perform a task. A. Procedures. B. Operational. C. Practice. D. Activities. መልሱ A. Procedures. Which of the following assign the number 5 to the area variable? A. Area equal to B. B. Area equal to 5. B. Area equal to 5. C. Area 1 equal to 5. D. Area 2 row ማለት ነው አቅጣጫው ማለት row 5 መልሱ A. Area equal to 5. A database problem occurs when one transaction wants to read more than all objects at the same time. A. Recover. B. Dirty read. C. Deadlock. D. Transaction conflict. መልሱ C. Deadlock. If the attribute phone number is included in the relation, all the values need not be entered into the phone numbers column. this type of entry is given as a hyphen ወይም ጨረት ማለት ነው b ወይም እንደ አንደርስኮር ማየት እንችላለን b null c empty space d 0 መልሱ b null How do you prevent system privilege deletion and updating authority on price and year column on the catalog table from user Muhammad? A. Revoke, delete, update, bracket price, comma year, bracket close on catalog from Muhammad. B. Allow, delete, comma, update, bracket price and year on catalog from Muhammad. C. Deny, delete, comma, update, price and year on catalog from Muhammad. D. Grant, delete, comma, update, bracket price and year on catalog from Muhammad. Also A. Revoke, delete, update, bracket price, comma, year on catalog from Muhammad. The entry relationship AR model. A. Attributes are represented by rectangle. B. It is conceptual view. C. It is corresponds to rows. D. Entities are represented by circle. Also B. It is represented conceptual view. If relation R has 5 tuples and relation S has also 7 tuples, then Cartesian product or R of R and S will have A. 5 times 7 tuples, B. 5 plus 7 tuples, C. 5 divided by 7 tuples, D. 7 minus 5 tuples. Also, the answer is A. You need to produce a report for mailing labels for customers. The mailing label must have only the customer name and address. The customers table has these columns: ID, name, address, phone. The select statement to accomplishing this task. A. Select name, comma, address from customers. B. Select ID, comma, name, comma, address, comma, phone from customers. C. Select all from customers. D. Select customer underscore name ወይም customer ነው comma customer underscore address from customers. መልሱ D. ክቡራን የቻናላችን ቤተሰቦች የዳታቤዝ አድሚኒስትሬሽን ሌቭል 4 ያየነው የቲዮሪ ኤግዛም ነው። ከተመቻችሁ ላይክ፣ ሼር፣ ሰብስክራይብ በማድረግ የቤተሰብ እንድትሆኑ ጋብዛለሁ። አዳዲስ የምሰራቸው ቪዲዮዎች እንዲደርሷችሁ የደውል ምልክቷን ተጫኑ። መልካም ቆይታ